Anthony Hartwig here with a West Branch softball player profile. I am joined by senior Skyler Greeneisen. Skyler, thank you so much for taking the chance to join us today.
Thank you for having me.
Here it is, your senior season. It's come, it's here. What's it kind of like putting on this uniform and kind of knowing that every time you do something, it's for the last time you do it?
Honestly, it's not a lot of pressure. I wouldn't say that because I'm trying to have fun this year, and I know it's my senior season, so there's a lot of pressure on us to be like this great role model and everything else. But honestly, overall, it's just fun, and I'm just having a good time with it.
You talk about being a role model and being leaders. I mean, you look at the roster; it's a chunk of seniors, kind of a chunk of freshmen, and not a lot in between. You guys get
Yeah.
to really be leaders to these young girls. What's it been like gelling the youth of this team with you guys as the senior class?
Well, honestly, I'm very used to having freshmen and everything else because my sister's obviously a freshman. So I've been around a lot of them my whole entire life. So I mean, it's nothing really new to me. And Sydney, obviously, she's one of my best friends. So she's been there around us, them our whole lives. And I don't know, it's honestly not that big of a challenge, but at the same time, it is because we're very different in ages and everything else. So I mean, it's a task, of course, but like anything else, you just overcome it.
And you talk about your sister. We had a chance to talk to her too. A great player profile that you'll also be able to find on ysnlive.com. But we asked her, what's the dynamic like from her perspective? So we're gonna ask the same thing to you. What's kind of like sharing the field with Reagan, and how blessed are you to kind of have this 1 year with your sister?
Well, okay, well, first off, well, we had volleyball together, and that was a task itself because I love my sister to death, but we definitely butt heads sometimes. We're very, two different people. I'm more, headstrong, and she's very headstrong herself, so it's definitely a task to work with her, but I love playing with her. It's definitely, a great opportunity, especially because I don't know, we love each other very much dearly, and I think we push each other so hard because we love each other. But sometimes we we might argue sometimes, but it's really just because we want the best for each other. If that makes any sense.
All right, we asked Reagan this. We have to be fair and get both sides. What's the one thing Reagan does that really she knows how to get under your skin and really just kind of is one of those hot button, easily to set you off?
Yeah, well, because she's my sister, she doesn't really like to listen to me. She doesn't really listen to me that well because she thinks I'm looking at her in a sister point of view, and I really try to look at her as in a teammate. But sometimes it's really hard because obviously I'm more hard on her because I know I'm not gonna get yelled at. I mean, she does yell at me, but it's I don't know. It's hard to cooperate with her, but I don't like. I try to not look at her as a sister when I'm playing with her, but it's kind of hard because at the end of the day, we all come home and we see each other, and obviously then we nitpick at each other. But she definitely does this one thing with she has these ticks. Like whenever she gets mad or frustrated, she does this thing with her eyebrows, and I only notice certain things. So she'll squeeze her hands or raise her eyebrows, and that's one thing that jerks my nerve because I know when she's mad or annoyed with me, and only I can tell.
Her answer, full disclosure, was when you take her stuff. So I don't know if you
Oh
have a rebuttal
yes,
for
I take.
that.
I'm not even gonna lie. I take her stuff all the time. I don't know why I do it, but I just do.
All in good jest. The opposite side, obviously. What's your favorite thing about being able to share the court in the field with your sister and to be able to have, like we said before, this 1 year where you guys get to play together?
Honestly, she's brutally honest. I'll give her that. She's very brutally honest. And I don't know, sometimes you need somebody in your life to just be brutally honest with you. And Reagan is definitely that person. She tells me when I just need to stop talking or when I need to step it up a little bit or do something different. So I guess that's definitely one thing that I would say.
Let's talk about this senior class and the people that you've kind of been playing with for so long. What's it kind of like to kind of have this final hurrah with such a great group of girls and to be able to have a really strong relationship with your fellow seniors?
Honestly, out of the past 4 years, we've all been playing, this is 100% the best team. I think bonding wise. So we all get along very well, and that's probably one of the best things I would say in our senior class. We all intermix very well with our like emotions and everything else. We're brutally honest to everyone, which helps a lot because sometimes you just need to like hear it, and we all just don't care enough to not hide it. So we all just share how we feel, and that's probably the best part.
Last year, you guys got so close to the ultimate goal. You were right there, fell just short. How hungry has the way the last season ended made these players that returned from last year's team?
Well, like you said earlier, there's a lot of like new people to the team, and it's like a like I mean, there's only one person that's in the same position as last year, so there's a lot of fresh blood and everything else. So we're very eager to get out there and be better than we were last year, and every day is like we're determined to be better and get better.
What is some of the team goals that you guys have set? Before the season started, you guys made a list that said these are our team goals. What were some of them that you kind of decided on?
Well, obviously, like win every game. That's like a team goal. Like obviously, get better every single day we're there. Bring the energy every single time we play. Bring the energy. Always pass the bat. That's what we say all the time. Is pass the bat. We like. I know last year we had more of like a strikeout. Like our pitchers were more of a strikeout defense, and this year we're like learning to be more of they're gonna hit the ball, so we need to be able to field it and play better. So that's like definitely one thing that we like are determined to work on. That's a goal. Like our defense needs to like be good, spot on. We're gonna hit the ball every game, trying to go win every game. That's just like a main goal.
What about personal goals for you and yourself and things that you want to see yourself accomplish this senior season?
Honestly, be a role model. Like it's my last year. Just have fun with it. Like don't hold so much pressure. I know I used to care a ton and it like affected me a lot mentally. And I don't know. This year I'm just trying to have fun with it and be open-minded to everything. I know sometimes I don't always agree with things that people say, but I've learned to like be open-minded, adapt to everything.
And we talk about you being a role model. Now we're going to ask who were some of your role models when you were growing up in softball and you were going through the journey of your softball career. Who were some people that you looked up to?
Definitely my travel coaches and my parents and my sister, 100%. Those are like my big role models, and even Coach Woods, 100%. Sometimes we butt heads. I'll tell you that we're both very stubborn people, but she honestly is a good role model. I know we don't always get along sometimes, but like in the end, she's had very high standards for me, and I think that's like a lot to do with everything. That's why I hold myself so like I hold myself to a good high accountability, if you would say. Like I don't know, definitely my parents though. My parents push me a ton, and sometimes it's just nice to come home and be like, there's that one person that just will always be there for you.
Go a little bit deeper into this relationship with Coach Woods and what it's been like to be under her for 4 years. And obviously, it's a coach that has been there, done that, a legend in the softball community.
Yeah.
And you have to really count yourself lucky to be able to be coached by someone that's done it for so long.
Yeah. No, 100%. Coach Woods and me very like we're very like close. I would say we're closer than most people. Like I don't sugarcoat things with her, and I think that has a lot to do with it. Like I like to tell her exactly how I feel, especially like I'm a very emotional person, I'm not gonna lie. Like I like to let it out sometimes. And like with Coach Woods, I don't really hold it back. I kind of just tell her how I feel. And that's like one thing that's very nice because sometimes like people don't like to open up to their coaches and be like straightforward with them. And for the longest time, I wasn't really like open to being open with her because I thought it would like hurt me or she would like be offended by the things I had to say. But in the long run, I finally opened up to her, and like that has helped our team like immensely. Like we all get along now, and like she knows how to handle things like better for us and everything else. And like sometimes you just need to talk to your coach and let them know how you're feeling, and that's definitely what I do with Coach Woods.
Let's talk about this West Branch community because you cover every sport. You realize these fans, they travel everywhere for you guys, no matter what the sport is. It's all green in the stands. What's it like playing for West Branch and having this community back you up and being able to represent them as they support you?
Well, like as you said, there's always like green in the stands and everything else. And like I have Facebook and like my mom has Facebook. And a lot of the time I'll just be scrolling through Facebook, and it's really nice to see like all the parents supporting not just their kids, they support everybody. And like you said, the community just always comes together, and that's really nice to know that you have somebody just to back you up whenever you like need that push or something like that.
You obviously keep yourself very busy. You're a multiple sport athlete. How do you balance everything and keep time management skills as high as you do with all the stuff you got going on in your life?
Well, I mean, if you talk to my mom, my time management skills are not the best, but honestly, I don't know, like I try to just like focus on one thing at a time, take it day by day, and like I don't know. Sometimes it's hard because I do get like worked up with school and everything else, but I just try not to be so like uptight about everything. Go with the flow.
You got any pre-game routines that you have to stick to, and if you don't, you're gonna feel like you're off the whole game?
Well, I do pray like a lot. Me and my friend Tori pray a lot during the game and before the game. And even before I'm up to bat, I always look up to the sky and like thank God for everything. That's like mainly what I do, but I don't know. I just thank everybody before like in my head and I think what I need to do and not be so uptight about everything.
I'm
Just
sure that
relax.
faith. I'm sure that faith might be an answer to this question, but we ask all the softball, and baseball players this because it's such a mentally grueling sport. It's a sport of failure. You have to be able to accept the fact that sometimes results don't go your way. I'm sure you've
Yeah.
had moments in your career where you're in a hitting slump or you're not swinging the bat the way you want to. How have you kind of gotten through those mental lapses and those mental woes that this sport is destined to bring you at one point?
Yeah, 100%. The at the beginning of the season, I'm not gonna lie, I was definitely in like a mentally challenging, like I was mentally like not okay. I was mentally drained by everything. I put so much pressure on myself to be this person that like you have like you're a senior, you need to be a role model, you're a leader, everyone's looking at you, you need to do good. And like I don't know, I definitely like I mean, there was times I came home crying a lot just because I put so much pressure on myself. And I think I don't know. Sometimes you just need to sit down and tell yourself that it's just a sport. In the end, it's not gonna like it. It's just a sport. Like I've played it my whole entire life, and that's probably one thing. I've always just been so caught up in it. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna play it when I'm like 50 years old. So it matters, but in the end, it doesn't matter more than your mental health now.
All right, talk about your future plans and what you plan to do after high school, what colleges you plan to attend, and how you want to kind of see yourself in maybe the next 5 or 10 years.
Well, I applied to Kent State and I got accepted, but I think I'm going to go to Kent Salem or I don't know, Kent Maine or Kent Salem, but I am going to try to be a pharmaceutical rep, a pharmaceutical sales rep, so I'm going to major in business. That's the goal.
When you look at your time at West Branch and you reflect, because senior year is the time that you get to reflect, what are some of your favorite memories with this softball program that you've been able to build up over the years?
Definitely my like my freshman year, I dressed varsity and I mean I didn't play a lot, but I played some. But I definitely got to experience things with the varsity players. Well, we were hitting fruit in the locker room. And I know that doesn't sound very interesting, but we were pitching fruit, and well, coach walked in and saw us pitching fruit, and at the time we were pitching it, somebody hit it as she was walking in, and it literally flew fruit all over the ceiling, and that was definitely one of my greatest memories. It's just like batting fruit in the locker room. Like locker room memories are probably the best memories. And also freshman year, we had like little water guns and we would like carry them around everywhere and like one time coach literally was carrying a water gun and got us all back. Like she got on the bus and just started squirting water everywhere and like nobody expected it, so that was probably like one of the funniest memories I've had.
That sounds like a great team bonding exercise too, and things that kind of make a team close together. What have been some of your favorite team bonding experiences that you've been able to do with this West Branch softball team?
Well, I actually hosted a team bonding this year, and we like sat there all in a group and just talked about everything, and like we literally sat there and sung and danced and everything else. And I don't know, that's probably like really fun, cause like this is just like you figure we have like very little juniors in our varsity team, so we had a lot of the seniors and freshmen, and we've all grew up together because like all of our sisters, like you have Tori and Clary who Clary's a freshman also, and then you have me and my sister. So there's four right there, and then we've all been best friends throughout like our whole entire lives. So we've all grown up together. We bond very well. So that was probably the best like moment. We just all connected.
All right, Skyler, before we let you go, we like to give all the players that we interview the chance to kind of thank their support system, the people that are there for them all the time, and the people that they feel that they wouldn't be where they are right now without. So I want to give you the chance to kind of thank the people that you would like to thank.
I would definitely like to thank my mom and dad and my sister, because without them, I wouldn't be like holding myself to a higher standard and everything else. I like to thank Coach Woods especially, and then also my travel coaches in the Billy Dome, 100%.
All right, Skyler, thank you so much for joining us today. It was great to hear from you and great to get a little bit of insight into this West Branch
Thank you for
softball
having me.
program. And we'll talk to you again real soon.